Hi everyone, it's Dawn. Welcome back to my channel. I hope that you had a nice weekend. We did, and it's another beautiful day here in the Midwest. So of course, I'm always in a good mood when the weather's nice. And I wanted to make a video for you today, sharing with you some speed reviews or 15 products under $15. I like watching videos like this because I always get some great ideas, and it's not going to be necessarily cult classic products. These will be products that I really love and purchase again and again, but you might not have tried them yet. So I really wanted to do this video for you because it's a great way to get the word out there about products that I really love and I think everyone should try. Now, all of these products you can purchase at either like your superstore, your grocery store, Target, the drugstore side of Ulta or Amazon, places like that. So let's just jump in and get started. So the first product I want to share with you is a skincare product, and it's an eye serum from Andalou Naturals, and it's from their brightening range, and it's their luminous eye serum, and I love this. I've gone through so many of these over the years. I do like to switch up my eye creams. This one does remind me a little bit of the Clinique Pep Start eye cream. They have a lot of very similar ingredients. However, I think the ingredient list for Andalou is even better because they use fruit stem cell science. Every ingredient in the ingredient list does something. It's there for a purpose. It's a clean brand, and they don't have anything toxic or anything that you wouldn't want in your under eye cream. And it does create sort of a luminous finish under your eye without being too shiny and drawing people's attention to your under eye. Rather, it just makes it look really good. And it also has peptides in it for firming. It has green tea extract. It has green coffee extract for depuffing. It has some soothing ingredients such as cucumber, aloe, and chamomile, and it also has some fermented ingredients, and it also has sea buckthorn oil just to add some hydration, along with some other ingredients, but these were the real standouts at kind of like the top of the list. And I've enjoyed this so much, but I've enjoyed everything from the brightening range over the years, and I continue to keep them circulating in my skincare routine. So this is a really good one. Okay, the next thing is a new foundation from Makeup Revolution. I do have good luck with Makeup Revolution foundations. I've tried their Conceal and Define and their Conceal and Hydrate, and they're some of my favorite drugstore priced foundations. And this is a new one, and I can't find it in store at Target nor at Ulta. So I did purchase mine over spring break back in early March, and it's the IRL Filter foundation, and I did purchase mine from the Makeup Revolution website, and it has a pump, a nice glass bottle, and this is the consistency. It runs a tiny bit, but it's not overly watery, and the claim is that it gives you a soft, matte, filtered finish over your face, and I agree with that. So let's go ahead and blend this in. You can see I've got some makeup here that I was testing out, and then I've got some freckles on my hands. So let me rub this in, and we'll just take another look at that. I am wearing it on my face today. I've been actually wearing this most days because I'm enjoying it so much. And look at that. It covered that makeup. It covered my freckles, but you can still see them. But I definitely have a soft matte finish. Here you can see my hand, you can see some blue veins, and you know, it's a little bit discolored. So it really does what it claims to do. It's very breathable and lightweight. I just do one layer, and I'm very satisfied with the finished look, and I've just been enjoying it a lot. It's fragrance free, it's oil free. They claim 16 hours of wear. I did wear it for one very, very long day at jury duty, and I felt that my makeup looked really good at the end of the day. It didn't really break up or anything like that. It's one of those that I feel like as my natural oil kind of comes in during the day, it doesn't get too glowy because it is a soft matte. Now, it's not a flat matte, it's just like a soft, I don't know, kind of like just that filtered matte. So when I do produce my own natural oil, it just looks good. So anyways, I really enjoy this. I think it retails for about $13, and I purchased mine from the Makeup Revolution website, and it comes in approximately 30 shades, and mine is F3. The next product is a setting mist from Morphe, and you can purchase this at Ulta. They do have a trial size, which is a pretty decent size can that is approximately $10, and I think the larger size is $14. And this is what it looks like. It does have a spray nozzle on the top, and when I spray it, one thing that I don't like about some of these aerosolized products is if they get in your hair, they make your hair feel funky. This does not do that. This does have some great ingredients in it, one being viniferin, which is in my favorite skincare product from Caudalie, their Vino Perfect Serum, and it's really potent as an antioxidant and diminishing dark spots and things like that. So I'm really pleased to see that this is in this. However, I spray this over my makeup, so I'm not sure how much of it actually gets onto my skin after I spray it on. I'm going to try spraying it beneath my makeup tomorrow and then apply my makeup over it and see if that helps my makeup look even better throughout the day. But let me show you what a fine mist it is. So I always give it like a little shake, and then I just kind of move my hair, and it just gives you a really even, smooth, consistent mist. You don't need to take like a beauty sponge and blot it around or anything like that. And it doesn't have like that hose effect where you get splashes on certain spots on your face. It doesn't do that like some products do that you have to actually pump. It's a beautiful product, and I'd really recommend it. The next product is a rollerball fragrance. This does come in a hair and body mist, and it also comes in like a full-size perfume from Pacifica, and they're not very expensive at all. This retails for $12, and I always have one of these in my purse. My favorite fragrances are this one, which is Island Vanilla. It smells amazing, and I also really like the Indian Coconut Nectar and the Tuscan Blood Orange. They're my favorite summer fragrances for in my purse, and I keep one in there just to touch up my fragrance during the day. And they're very light and very fresh, but you can smell them throughout the day, and you can easily reapply them. And I'm not somebody who likes to wear very strong fragrances, and so these are perfect. And like I said, they retail for about $12, and there's a fragrance for just about everyone. Ulta has them, but on their website, pick-ins are very slim. Target carries them, and the Pacifica website. They're always releasing new fragrances, and yeah, so these are wonderful. So get yourself one for your purse this summer. You won't regret it. I have spoken to you before about the Maybelline Superstay Ink Crayons over the past several years. I love these products, and I have so many of them. I even have some winter shades, but these are the shades that I use in the summer months, and they're long wearing. They are semi-matte. I think that well, these are mattes. These are the original version, and they're mattes, but they're not overly matte, and they don't dry out your lips. And you can apply a gloss over them, and the gloss will wear off during the day, but you won't have to spend a lot of time reapplying these. But they just released a few months back a birthday party range, and there's 4 colors, and I have 2 of the colors here, and they are shimmers. They're still long wearing, as long wearing as the matte ones, but they have a shimmer to them, and they're so comfortable and so pretty. So this one is called Happy Birthday, and it looks like this. It has a shimmer to it rather than just being a matte. I hope that it translates on camera. And then this one is called Blow Out the Candles, and it looks like this. And then there's another one that's a lighter peach, and then there's a purple one. And they're so pretty, but they're so pretty. They're so comfortable on your lips. And these are really, really nice because you can roll them up roll them down, and then there's a sharpener down here on the bottom if you need to sharpen it. So these are really lovely. They're not expensive, and you can pick them up at your drugstore. And there's a color for everyone. So I would really recommend trying one of these if you haven't. The next product is a brush from e.l.f., and I really love this brush. It's the tapered brush, and I believe this is from the $6 collection of e.l.f. They do have some brushes that are $2, some that are like $4, some that are $6, and this is like the $6 range. And this is the tapered brush, and as you can see, it's a tapered brush, and it's a dupe for the MAC 109. It's a little bit smaller, but I like that. It is also a little bit softer, and it's so great for blush and putting on blush very precisely and getting it just where you need it. And the brush is fluffy enough to really blend it out. It can also be used really nicely for your bronzer as well, to apply bronzer like around the perimeter of your face. And I think it would be really good for contouring as well. However, I don't contour, I usually just bronze. But this is a really nice brush, and I'd really recommend it. And then that's going to lead me to the next product, which is from Milani, and this is called Blossom Time Rose. And I've purchased this several times. I think this is like my third compact. It is a dupe for Rockateur from Benefit, but it's even more pigmented. I've shown that to you before in other videos where I've applied Rockateur to one side and this to the other. And while the color translates nearly exactly the same, this is more pigmented, so you just need a lighter touch. It's also really long wearing. I feel like it lasts all day. It doesn't soak into like my skin or anything like that. It is a powder formula. It's not a cream, but it's a very silky formula. So it just leaves your skin looking a little bit glowy, but it's really pigmented. And what I love about this color is that it's like a soft peachy pink with a little bit of like taupey or brown undertones, so it's more of a neutral. So it's not like your bright corals or your bright pinks that we sometimes grab for in the summer months. So you could wear this all year round. If you're someone who doesn't like to use a lot of different blushes and you're someone who likes to just purchase one and use it, this would be one that you would use up. You would just use it. It would go with every makeup look all year round, and it's a staple in my collection. And I also think it's really cute that it's got this embossed raised rose on it. I will tell you, having gone through several of these, that it isn't solid. I thought that like I'd have to work through this entire rose and I would have it forever. But once you get through it, it kind of hollows out. So underneath the puffy top part, it's sort of hollow, but it does last a very long time. A little goes a long way, but I just wanted to point that out. The next product is from Physicians Formula, and it isn't the butter bronzer. That's one of the cult classics that I was referring to that won't be included in this video, but I have it, I love it, we all do. This instead is the mineral face powder in the shade Translucent, and it looks like this. It does come with a little brush underneath, and I never use the little brush. In fact, I'm gonna pitch this and put a little sponge in here. You can buy those packs of flat sponges, and I'm gonna put that in here instead. It is ventilated, so that's good. What I don't like about the brush, I've used this in the past, and the brush gets a little powdery, and then it does have the holes underneath. So if you keep this in your purse, you will, you'll get some powder on some other things. But if you have the sponge, it doesn't do that. There is a mirror, so you can use it to apply lipstick and things like that if you carry it in your purse. And the reason I tried this is because I was looking for a dupe for a discontinued product from Wet n Wild, and that product was called Reserve Your Cabana. It was actually sold as a bronzer highlighter, but I used it as a finishing powder, and it gave my skin the most beautiful, natural, glowy finish. And it was sort of blotting too. So since I do have oil in my T-zone, it would kind of blot that oil a bit without looking cakey or powdery. And it's really hard to get that product. I don't even have one to show you. In fact, I paid way too much for it at the end because you could only get it from like third-party sellers, and I think I paid $18 for a Wet n Wild product once just to get one more, and I'm not going to do that anymore. You can still find it, but I think it's like $33. It just keeps going up because it's discontinued. And so what that tells me is it's time to try something new. And so I did, about a year ago, try this, and this is amazing. It's a dupe for that powder. That was still better in terms of just it was almost like the Hourglass Ambient Light powder in Ethereal. That was what I thought that Wet n Wild product was a dupe for. I'm so mad at them for discontinuing it because I couldn't have been the only person who loved it. But this does give you that ambient light finish. I am wearing it over like I'm actually wearing just about everything I'm sharing today, minus the lip product. I didn't use one of those long wearing lip products today, but I do have this on over the Blossom Time Rose blush. And it's just makes me satisfied with my makeup. When I catch a glimpse of myself in the mirror, I'm satisfied with the way my makeup looks. And before my husband gets home for dinner tonight, I'll have cooked. And I usually get kind of sweaty and stuff like that in the kitchen when I'm cooking dinner. And I always like to take a little of this and just kind of set the greasy areas. You know, I'm one of those women who freshens up for her husband when he comes home from work. So anyway, I really recommend this. Okay, I have 3 new products from e.l.f. that I am in love with. I'm absolutely smitten with these products. They're very affordable, very easily accessible, and I'm in love with them. In fact, these are what I've been using every single day. And one is the Bear With Me Concealer. It's a very lightweight concealer. I think I shared this in my last video. I said the packaging is kind of deluxe, and I think it is. It has a little pump. You pump it out. It's a serum a serum concealer. So it has skincare ingredients in it. So it's really like doing double duty. I do use my eye cream, and the eye cream I've been using during the day is this one. And then I just put this over the eye cream. It's really brightening and it's very thin, but not so thin that it doesn't give you any coverage. You can really spread it out. That's too much for your under eye. But what I do is I pump a little bit on my hand, and then I either use my finger or I use a concealer brush and blend it underneath my under eye. And then whatever's left on the brush or on my finger, I use to spot conceal. Love it. And then I love the Stick It brow product, and this is all I've been using. You may remember that I recently bought a whole bunch of like Anastasia brow products. I have them in a little bag. I have the pomade. I have all these little products from Anastasia. And then I tried this, and this is what I'm grabbing for every day for a couple of reasons. The brow trend is changing a little bit, so I've been doing something different with my brows, which means a lot less. I've just been letting them kind of be a little bit fluffier. And I like this because it does have fibers in it, and it does have enough golden sort of reddish tint to it. And I believe mine is in the shade Auburn. Let me double check that. Yes, mine's in the shade Auburn, and it matches really well. And so it doesn't look cakey or clumpy, but it also has enough pigment that I can kind of still use it to overdraw my tail a little bit, which is what I like to do. So I really recommend this. This is like amazing. I just purchased this, and I don't think I'll ever go back to anything else. And I have so many expensive, higher end eyelid primers. My favorites have been Anastasia, because I like that one is like a creamy vanilla color, and it camouflages any veins or redness, and it creates that really light base for your eyeshadow to adhere to. Well, this does the same thing. It comes in a lighter color. And my other favorites were MAC Paint Pot, and then I just started using Urban Decay, the one that everyone loves, Primer Potion, because I liked that it had the doe foot applicator instead of a pot. And this is like the best of all 3. It has the light color to put down and then put any eyeshadow over it, which I think is important because it's kind of like when you paint a wall, it's better to prime the wall first because like it can really accept the color that you're putting over it in a really true way. And that's why I like that it's a lighter color. And then I really like that it has the applicator, because the other problem with the Anastasia is that it was a squeezy tube and I always wasted product. I complained about that in every video that I made using it. I'm like, I hate how much product I waste. And then the paint pot from MAC, I don't like having to use my finger or a brush and constantly dipping into it. So this is the best of all three, and it's so inexpensive, so easily accessible. It's a newer product from NYX, and if they discontinue it, I'll be really mad, because it's also really creamy and hydrating, and it doesn't make my eyes look older, even when I use all matte eyeshadows over it. The very last product is something I fell in love with again, because I mentioned to you that I was using the Hourglass tubing mascara in a recent video. One of you recommended that I purchase it, and I really do like it. And it's good. I feel that it's more expensive than I would ordinarily pay for a tubing mascara, to be honest, but I was able to get it with my Ulta points. You know, I had so many points accrued and I cashed them in. I was able to pick this up as one of the gifts or products that I used my points for, and I really like it. I will definitely use up this tube. If anything changes and I suddenly either hate it or love it, I'll let you know. But so far I'm just kind of like, it's good, you know, it's good. But if you're gonna pick up a high-end tubing mascara, I think for about $10 less, you could get the Caloray. I think you could get the Thrive for about $10 less, and they're like equally as good. And then I've also tried a couple others from like Glossier and some other brands. I'm just crazy about tubing mascaras. So I'm saying all that to say that I was getting ready for jury duty, and I was putting on my mascara. And since I have the Hourglass and it's new, I was using this. And I was driving to jury duty and I was like, wow, my mascara looks really good. I love it. My tubing, this Hourglass mascara is the bomb. It's everything I hoped for and more. I guess it really is worth that price. And I was so pleased with it. And so after jury duty, I was getting ready and I had more time. So I was taking my time. I wasn't rushing in the morning like I was with jury duty. And I always keep my mascaras that I have like in rotation in this little glass. It's just like I don't know, a crystal glass. And this is where I keep the ones that I'm currently reaching for all the time. And so I grabbed my mascara and then I was like, wait a minute. I was grabbing the number 7 Stay Perfect tubing mascara, which is my Holy Grail drugstore tubing mascara, and not my Hourglass. They were both in here. And I thought I was grabbing the Hourglass, but I had been grabbing the Stay Perfect. This is the mascara that I was using during jury duty that I thought looked so great. And I wanted to point that out to you because this is under $15. I think it's might even be under $10. Easily, well, it's easily accessible for me. It's number 7. I can purchase it at Target and at Walgreens and on the number 7 website, but I know some of you don't have access to number 7. I am revisiting my L'Oreal Double Extend mascara because one of you asked me how I feel about that one. That was the first tubing mascara I ever used, and it made me realize I like tubing mascaras best. So I picked up a fresh tube of that, and that's what I'm currently testing out. But anyway, lesson learned. Sometimes the drugstore just does it better. So anyway, I'll stop here, and I hope you enjoyed this type of video. If you did, please hit the like, subscribe to my channel, leave any questions or comments below, even just say hello. I love interacting with you, and I hope you have a blessed and beautiful day. I'll see you next time.